channel. My name is Scrapqueen and today I got a lot of playtime using the new dies from Crealies sent me. So I really got to try out what to do with all these yummies and so figure it out in what kind of project I want to use it. This time it's special. It's Annelies asked me to do a guest design team project that will be ready for July, so I have plenty of time to play. So yeah, that's a special thing I'm now working on. So what I am going to use for the dies, well, the basic dies that I got last time. So this is the base. This one I was figuring out what to do with it. So I got the brand new Crea-Nest-Lies labels and tags, and these are the extreme labels and tags, and that's the CNLE LT12. That's the biggest ones and the newest one, really so nice. And then you have the matching set, a little smaller, and these are the CLLT12. So these are the brand new labels and tags from Crealies. Then I asked her to send me some circles, some rounds, because many times I grab one and, well, I have now a new machine, but still dies are very handy to pick. So she sent me these two, and I really like these borders, cool, and these are with the dots. So these two, let me first show you this one. This one is the Crea-Nest-Lies 49. That's with the dots. And then she sent me this one, the Crea-Nest-Lies 69. And this one gets a little bow and it's really awesome. I will show you in a minute how it looks, if I cut it out of paper. So this one I am going to play with. Then I asked her to send me this set. It's called Cards, and also it's a brand new one, and it's the CLCZ06. And you can make a bag out of it, and I really like it. And I had to play with it, but you will see, you all see. So these 4, 5, 3, 4, 5, these 5 sets is my base for my next project. And so okay, so we'll see in a minute what I am going to do with it. Really, got my window closed. Did not know what had happened, but really loud birds. Love them, love them, love them, but not too loud. Okay, so these are the ones I got to play with just a little, just using very thin brown paper, and I make a pocket out of this, and then you get the same die to make a nice sized card for it. And I already used some baked paper to make this bag, and I like that too, especially in a junk journal. So yeah, that's also worked fine with the dies, baked paper. And I crinkle it a lot with my hands, and you even can put some ink on. Really like just playing around. And this one was a white one, just see how it worked with normal paper. And here I used the circle one, so now you can see this really cute border. So it's really a tryout, and this I made a little tryout for just this yellow green paper. And then I made this tryout with a pocket letter, a personal sized pocket letter. So yeah, lots and lots of things to do. So let's put this all away and let's give a look what kind of paper I am going to use. So this was my tryout for today. So you have a little noticed what to do normally before I start. Well, I make my pocket letters out of old, well, they're not old, I guess they are not used yet, but they are just big photo sleeves I get from my mom. My mom don't use them anymore. and she got so many left, so I said come over here and I make pocket letters out of it. So don't throw it away if you got some. Then here in my local store, Call to Action, again such nice Lux paper block they got, and I really fell in love with this one. So it was really cheap, but I really like it so much. Look at these images, they are such adorable. Look at this, it goes on and on and on. I'm not going to show you every single bit, but it's really awesome. I really like the pastel, and it's really springtime, summertime, so yeah, I really got to use this set. And there are some few nice thick papers with it. Look at this, so cute. This one is really my favorite. So yeah, there are a few papers on it, but not, of course, not enough to make a complete project. That's why I choose my textured cardstock pastel tint. So I think these colors matches perfect. So that's what I am going to match these two in a project. It's not going to be a very thick project or a very large project, but it will be a perfect project to make as a gift for someone. For her birthday, or for someone who gets a child, or whatever kind of opportunity you got. It's going to be a really awesome personalized present. So stay tuned with me and just see what I am going to make. So let's get started. First I am going to give you the measurements for the cover, and I already made one cover with black, and these are the sizes you are going to need in centimeters. 18 by 22 centimeters, double, the front and the back of course, and in inches it's 7 by 8/5 inch, also double of course. And then for the spine you're going to need 22 by 3 centimeters, and in inches it's 1/2 inch by 8/5 inch. Why I didn't write that down? 8/5. Okay, again. 1/2 inch, that's this size, by 8/5 inch. Yeah, okay. So this is the same length. Yeah. Okay, now my brain is not figured out yet if I want to use black, a black edge and black papers on the inside, or white. So I am going to make with you a cover together. Well, here I used contact paper. You find in very different designs. I have black, so but you also can use duct tape to put your cover together. So let's do this together. And it's really sticky, but it will do. It will do the trick, the same trick as contact paper. So just roll it off, and then I am going to use a scissor that I'm going to put in here so it won't roll over my desk. So okay, so this will stay tuned and stay put. Then I just start with the one piece, and then I am going to put the spine on. Now leave enough space, guys, at least 3 millimeters, but you also can use 4 millimeters. You really want your paper to can in this crease. So that's really important that you leave 3 or 4 millimeters open. Okay, now cut it off and do it again. Roll it off, put your scissor in if you like, then go over and then put the other one Just stay enough, keep enough space, and then just cut it off. Okay, now actually we don't need this piece, so what we can do, where is my, it's gone, oh here it is, it was hidden. What you can do is cut this off if you like, and I like, so perhaps you like too. So I cut this off, otherwise you get a little more bulk than we want, and I don't want that, so I cut it off. It's not necessary to keep it there. Okay, next step is to go all the way around. So again, peel your duct tape off. Need to go the other way, as far as I can get. Lay my scissors in, put this over, and I want just a little over the edge, and you don't see it, but I am going to show you what I did. I just put here a little over. Okay, then I am going to cut it also a little over the edge. You can see here I am a little over, and here too. Okay, turn it around, and then again. Put my scissors, lay it straight, just going over a little. I want to keep this straight. Sometimes it gets really sticky, but keep it straight. Okay, now cut it off, and then do the other part. And contact tape is just a little easier, but this will do the trick. It does, and you only see the white edge, and that is what I want for this project. And I still don't know if I'm going to use white pages or black pages. That's, well, perhaps both, who knows. Then you can see at the end the difference if you are using white or black. Perhaps that's an idea. I never can choose, but I am really a black person. I really like that. Some papers are really getting so nice if you are using black, but white, it's very delicate also, so yeah. And I think this set I am going to use right now is really springy and delicate, so yeah, I can't choose, so let's do both. So you see now what I am doing. Yeah, you do. You see what I'm doing. I'm just cutting the edges off. We don't need that bulk. Now I'm first going to do the longest, starting in the middle, fold it over, just pushing a little with your finger. Make sure you are going everywhere, and then when you are done, just wiggle it around and use your bone folder to push the bubbles out. Going to the other side, do the same thing, just a little push and pull, and push and pull, and just making sure you are having a nice tight edge. Use your bone folder for the bubbles. don't panic if you have some bubbles. You can squeeze them out with your bone folder. You can do it. If I can, then you can. Okay, then going to the smaller side, I just squeeze this little opening to the middle, go in, and then just doing the same things, nice on the corners, give it a push, wrap it around, clear out the bubbles. Nothing difficult about. Using my bone folder, rub them inside, pull, push, especially on the corners, push, pull, and it will flat everything out. You can use every kind of color duct tape you like. And if you don't like here this little bump, then just wiggle it a little loose and you just can cut it, because here's going to be paper over it, so you won't see it. Okay, so liking it so far. Here also just a little. Okay, so now we turn it over and see if here are any bubbles. If they are not, if they are bubbles, then squeeze them out, but if there aren't any bubbles, I also do this, so my paper is really getting attached really good to the duct tape. Okay, very nice. Now I have a pink album, a pink album, good lord. I have a white album and a black album, so yeah, they are totally the same, only white and one black. So yeah, next step is to make your cover just a little sturdier. I am going to put some paper in, and of course I am going to use black for the black one and white for the white one. So back in 1 second. Before I go with the cover, I am going to DIY my coloring, my seam binding. So I am going to use, I want two colors. I want a pink one, so I am going to use these two. And I really want a refiller for these. This one is the perfect color, the tattered rose. But I don't have that many, but we're just going to mix these two. So let's see. Really, it's time that there is a new fair, so I can search for this color. But these two are perfect also, so let's spray them out and mix them. You don't need much, but just keep going and keep going till you have the right color. And underneath there is a glass. You can put also your pad on top, but it's better than squeeze this. We're just going and going and going until you have the right color. Really, it's time for me to buy me Tattered Rose re-inker, because I really like the color, but still you can mix and match. Plenty as you want. Just spray them out. Do some other ink on top. So the re-inkers are much easier than you just put a drop on, but don't have any pink re-inkers. Oh, actually I have, but I gave it to my mother. I think it's time to ask it back because this part is really not giving much color to it, but we just rub it on. We just rub it on till I am satisfied. And when you do two tones, then for me it's giving a nice vintage look. I think I go one more time with this one. And then for me it's done. And then just let it dry. Just use what you have in your stash. That's my first advice. Don't go buying stuff if you have something. I think when this is dry it will give a nice light pink. Really like these two colors mixed together. Okay. Yeah, let this dry. I'm satisfied. Is it all wet? I think it is. Just squeeze all the ink in and that's that. Okay, I will leave it. Now I want also a mint color, and let's see, I do have this one. It's a nice mint, but a very bright one. So put this on, and then let's see, I do have this color in a spray. What if I use a little green on it? Use a lot of water to mix it all up. Yep, and then grab my other bunch. And then, normally I have a baking sheet, a anti-baking sheet, but last week my mother has this glass thing, cutting mat, but it's also perfect to do this and easy to clean. So what do you think? I think it needs a little more ink. So putting some blue on, a little green, lots of water, so you can mix and match your own color. And you can make it as bright as you want, as light as you want, and I really like how this turns out when it's all dry. Of course, when it's dry the color will be lighter, and I really like the vintage look. Squeeze it all in because I think I am happy already with the mint, the green and the blue mixed together. Yeah. Yep. So let this dry, and then I will come back to you and show you the result. What do you think? Yeah, like it. Okay, back in a second. Clean it all up. Okay, I quickly dried it with my heat tool, so really goes fast. We like fast, and this is the results, and I really love the colors. I really do. Look at this. And the seam binding is nice and shiny, and that gives the perfect vintage look. You like it? Good morning, you all. Why am I laughing? I don't know why, because I was I had a terrible morning. Let me tell you real quick before I go on with this tutorial. Sometimes a computer and editing programs and uploading programs really give me a heart attack. This morning not this morning, I was spending a few days with editing with my latest project from Country Craft Creations. I'd rather be crafting, and it's going to be Monday online, so I really don't have that much time to edit and to upload. But my computer is a new one, but not a very fast one, because we don't have a fast internet going on here. We don't have cable or anything like that. So yeah, I was spending a few days uploading and putting it on YouTube, and then I figured out that I have no sound under my talking tutorials. So I was wondering why, what's happened, what happened? So I remembered 2 days ago that there was an update for my edit program, and of course when you ask there is an update, you update. That's normal to do. So I did that, and after the update all my videos are not having sound in that edit program. So really it gives me a heart attack. So I spent, well, almost an hour to search on forums and help desks and how to fix it. And for some reason it was just an abracadabra, and it just popped up and it worked. So thank you guys for putting a nice forum up to understand me how to do that, because really I had my phone in my hand to call anyone who has a little knowing about these programs. But gosh you guys, making a tutorial is not difficult at all. It's behind the scenes, it's the editing, it's on putting it on YouTube, putting it on my PC, and oh my gosh. Okay, starting fresh, brand new day. Let's continuing this tutorial. Yes. Okay, take a deep breath. So this morning I saw that my ribbon was nice, dry, and I really like these colors. They match perfect with these ones that are going to be on the outside of my 2 albums. So okay, yes, let's continuing with these 2. So I'm just wondering what to use as a closure. I really like a nice button and then wrap this around as a closure. I really like that. But you also can use just a closure on the outside to tie it up. So there is a lot of opportunities to do, but let's figure it out what I am going to use on these 2. So stay tuned, and sorry for my little brabbling, but I really want to share with you my struggles sometimes. So it's not all that glossy being a YouTuber. So stay tuned, and I will be back in 1 second. Okay, I am ready to cover up my 2 albums, and the only thing I did wrong was I was putting papers inside of here, and that is not necessary. Just wait. Just don't put any papers on the inside just yet. Well, I did, but I'm just a little crazy. So I peeled it off. So nothing to worry about. We are going to start on the outside. So what we are going to do is, I think I will use the blue ones on the outside, and I think, what do you think? Yeah, I really like the stripes at the front. And then with this blue ribbon that really pops out. So I am going to put these on. So choose any papers you like, of course. These sets are only available in Europe. So, oh, This one I already peeled off. Okay, let's grab my glue. Here we go. So I put some nice tape all the way around the edges, so they really are getting tight to the cover. They won't go anywhere, and that is necessary. The next thing I am going to tell you, if you don't want to use the button closure, then what you have to do, if you want to use a ribbon closure, then you put your ribbon underneath the front and underneath the back cover. Then the outside ribbon is going here, and then you can tie these. But I am going to use a button closure, so that's for me not necessary. So I am going to put this on. That's the first one. So if you do the ribbon closure on the side, make sure your ribbon is under this design paper. Then it's perfect. But if you want to do the same thing as me, then stay tuned and you will see in a minute what I am going to use as a closure. And I really love the really big crystal button, but I think for this project it's a little too big, but I really love those. I wish I can find those in a smaller size. That's really awesome, but for now I really have only the big ones. Like the brighter side on the outside, so just... And that's why I use glue also if I want to use... I use the tape for the extra strength, so it really stays put. And I use extra glue so you can wiggle just a little. That's the reason why I use both. So I get many questions about it, why I am going to use double-sided tape and glue. Well, that's why. So now first I'm going to make this finished. I am going to use this gold. And this is Bookbinders Linen. And that's very hard to very hard to find, and I bought this on a fair a few years ago, and I really use it not much because I don't have that money. And let me show you what Bookbinders Linen is. On the back it's paper, so it really glues well on paper. But if you want to tear it, the paper will tear, but the outside isn't. It's a kind of sort vinyl. You see, this gold piece won't tear. You see, I can do whatever I want, it won't. It's kind of plastic kind of thing, vinyl, I don't know. But so the back is paper and the front is a kind of sort of vinyl. So that is my Bookbinders Linen, and it's really hard to get, but if you find, then it's the perfect material to use for your spine. But leather is also nice to use, or any kind of way. I don't even have to use, because this contact paper is really nice to use. It don't crack. You can use paper, but you have to bend it a little. So yeah, sometimes the cover is a little cracky. But now I really want to use a little glue so I can wiggle. Here we go. Now let's see if I can put this, eyeballing it. Let's see if I am getting this straight. This can be just a little lower. See, that's why I am having the glue on. So it was straight, but it was not high enough. So this is, yep, here we go. Now let the glue go everywhere. Okay, I am still having the tape here, but okay, it's done. So yeah, so this can bend easily. I really like the gold with the mint. So cute, really cute. So let me do the pink one and I will be back in 1 second. Okay, next step is I was ready for these two, and I always like to cover up this piece with something nice that you can use a ribbon. If you want to use a ribbon, then do it now, so you can go under and then afterward you can do this. Or you can use like these I used in the Peter Rabbit album. I found these in a very cheap store, and when I found these I always want to buy a lot of those because they are perfect to cover up these nice things. But these are also very nice to use, and it comes on a roll, and also find it in my cheap store Action, and you can cut them off and you just glue them on. So I am going to use these. They are really lovely, and just measure first how far they get, and almost to the end. So just start with the first piece. And then glue it on. And then we can go all the way. Perhaps it's better that I put this open. And then we just go all the way. Not too much each time, just a little piece. And then this will go nowhere. I always like to make the covers first. No, not always, but I really like that because that gives the start how the inside is going to look like. Don't know if that makes sense, but for me that really makes sense. So it's the base. If the base is good, the rest just follows along. I think I'm going to need a new stick almost. This goes perfect, and I really like the bling. I really like the pastel colors. So I think this is going to be awesome. Yeah, that is so cool. Just cut out this little piece. I don't know if I think I do. I think this needs just a little extra glue, because this is going to be on top. Okay. Yay. Awesome. What do you think? Cool and shiny. Wow. Okay, now I will do this on the back and at the pink one. I'll be back. Oh my gosh. I really can't decide which to use as my closure. I really like these. And Donna sent me some extra one, Donna Colin. And I have these quite a few in my own stash, but look at these. These are just gorgeous. I really like these. So thank you, Donna, for sending me these. And look at this. This just screams for this button. You also can use those big brads, and then you put them in, and there you can wrap your ribbon around. But guys, I really like these, so I am going to use those big buttons. I can't help myself. I just want this to be really fancy, and yeah, so let's do it. Let's just do it. So just see what's the middle, and the middle is here, and let's see, we don't have to be that far because this is a big button. So I think I want there my button. So let's make a hole. So excited. I am going to make a hole in here. And then this little loop can go in here like that. And then we have this on this side. See this little loop? And that's just perfect. So you can get a pin. Oh, my baby girl have the little ones downstairs. I have to pick them. Okay, I got my paper clips that goes on the back. But before I do that, for just in case, I am going to put just a little extra glue on top here, so the button really don't get anywhere. Put it back in. Here we go. So this will be stay put. Okay, just in case. Now put your paper clip, make it a little smaller, just bend it like this about, and then just wiggle. It have to be fitting in here. So you can do like this, or squeeze these together. Let's see. And don't make it too bulky. That's really we don't want. Don't make it too bulky. Let's see if this fits. Nope. Oh, I don't think we need this. Just trying something out. It's just a matter of putting something in here that don't come. So putting this in, and I think then we're just going to bend this and make it flat. Wait just a second. Isn't it better? This looks ridiculous. and awful. Isn't this better? Then just put this on. I'm really terrible on this, but yeah, here we go. So just doing a paper clip on the back and then go all the way around. Yeah, here we go. Duh. Wasting a paper clip. So this is not going anywhere. So put this on a place, it will go flat, and then just stick it down with some tape. And then it's good. It won't come off. Here we go. We want to stick this paper clip. I also can use some little glue, but this is flatter. So yeah, this button isn't going anywhere. Cool. And this you won't see after we finish. Cool, 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 cool. Now for the ribbon, we also need the middle, of course. So that's the same height, like that. And I want to make a hole. And I want to put something in. Yeah, just using a blunt one. So this is nicer. Let's see, I have this still on the big side. And this needs to change. Here we go. Here we go. So put the board in. It's not a board, it's eyelet. Okay. Okay. Now the ribbon. This is the pink ribbon. Now let's see, how much do we use? And I don't want double. Let's see, how much do we use for a nice closure? Well, something like this. So we are definitely going to need this piece, and I want it double because I want to make an extra fluffy ribbon. Okay, just cutting just a little bit more. Okay, so this will do it. Hopefully. So the next step is, well, I've done this before, but it's a bit long ago, so I'm thinking with you guys, what did I do the last time? First cut this one in two, and I believed then what I did was grabbing the middle and then put this in here. Like that. And then we just need an extra pin, an extra paper clip. I believe that was what I was doing the last time. So putting this also on top. Yep, like this. And pull it back out. And we want this to be as flat as possible, so just wiggle a little. Just work with me. perhaps if we want to use this paper clip a little bigger. I think this is pretty much flat enough for me. So this won't go anywhere. Just putting some tape also. There we go. Et voila. And then I really hope that my ribbon is not too short. I really hope not. And then we can tie this. And then it looks like this. Amazing. I really like this technique. Yeah, cool. Like it. What do you think? I just love, 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 love this closure. And you just can untie it and just wrap it around the button. I think my next ribbon just needs a little more, but it will do. Yay! Okay, let's do the mint one. And then they look like this. Isn't this amazing? Wow. I really like it. Cool, cool, cool. So now you see, now the base is ready and now the inside is going to be just simple. So, okay, up to the inside and we'll do the outside covering later, of course. That's the final touch.